So you should be building an email list for your digital business, but perhaps the whole thing feels a bit overwhelming, so you just keep putting it off. Or you've started to collect email addresses, but not sure how to engage with them. So while your potential clients are right there, you're invisible in their inbox, or they aren't reading your content. What if I told you that you could build your first profitable email sequence this week without spending any money using tools that are sitting right in front of you? That sounds like something you want to do? Then stay tuned. Ready to break free from the solopreneur struggle? This is the Ease and Impact Thriving as a Solopreneur podcast. I'm Frankie J, a surfer, a mum, and an 8-year solopreneur myself. Join me as I peel back the layers to a thriving online business without the guru hype or the burnout. I'm going to show you the proven strategies and tools that I use so you can build a sustainable digital business without sacrificing your well-being. Let's get you thriving as a solopreneur. Welcome to Ease and Impact, the podcast for digital solopreneurs and coaches who refuse to choose between building a thriving business and maintaining their sanity. I'm your host, Frankie J, and this is your weekly dose of practical advice for the solo business journey wherever you're at. So if this is your first time here, hit that follow button right now wherever you're listening, because every week we're diving into strategies to help you streamline your business, maximize your impact, and build lasting success, all without burning out. Today, we're talking about automated email marketing that actually works. So by the end of this episode, you will have a roadmap to build your first automated email sequence that turns curious visitors into paying clients. Even if you're starting with 0 subscribers and 0 budget, you'll discover why expensive email platforms are actually holding you back at the beginning, how to create a simple 5 email sequence, and the psychological triggers that make people eager to buy from you instead of feeling sold to. Most importantly, you'll walk away knowing exactly what to do today to start building that asset that every successful solopreneur has, an email list that converts. Let me start with some situations that might sound familiar to you. You're growing your reach and your followers on, say, Instagram, but either 1, you're tired of posting all the time, or 2, all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, your reach starts to go down. Have you been shadow banned, or is this happening to everyone? Or perhaps you're creating Facebook ads and just after you hit publish, your account is blocked because you did something against Facebook advertising standards. You can't reach anyone to promote your latest offer. You see, your social media following, it isn't really yours. The algorithm controls who sees your content. Facebook sometimes blocks or deactivates accounts by mistake. And although in most cases this can be fixed, it may not be until after your launch, and that can really put you on edge for next time. But your email list? Well, that's your direct line to your people, the people who have raised their hand and said, yes, I want to hear from you. So what do you really need to get started? Well, here's the truth. You do not need complicated funnels or expensive tech. You need one simple, automated sequence that works while you're sleeping or coaching clients or taking that vacation finally, right? So let's talk about what's happening in your prospect's mind when they sign up for your freebie. They're not just downloading a guide. They're taking a micro commitment. They're saying, I trust you enough to give you my email address, and I have a small belief that what you have may help my situation. Your job in the next 5 emails is to honor that trust, prove their belief in you is true, and deepen that relationship. Now, most solopreneurs get this backwards. They immediately start pitching, which feels like a bit of a bait and switch. Instead, we're going to use what I call the value staircase. So each email provides value while naturally leading to the next step. Your first email, it isn't just about delivering the freebie. It's positioning. Yes, sure, you're giving them your guide or cheat sheet or whatever freebie that they've asked for. But you're also setting expectations and establishing authority. So here's a wording pattern that actually works. It goes something like this. Here's your guide, quiz, cheat sheet, and I want you to know why you've made a brilliant decision downloading this. Most people stay stuck in insert their problem because they never take the first step to insert desired outcome. The fact that you're here tells me you're different. You see what I did there? We made them feel smart for taking action. We've already started separating them from people who don't take action. We're creating an identity shift. Then you tell them what to expect. Over the next few days, I'll be sharing some insights that aren't in this guide, things I've learned from working with, insert something like hundreds of clients, years of experience, etc., that can help you and insert the specific outcome they want. Email 2, now this is where most people do mess up. They assume if someone downloaded their freebie that they actually read it. And that's a wrong assumption. Email 2 is like your insurance policy against that. So try something like this. I wanted to check in. Did you get a chance to look through the guide or the freebie? I'm curious, what was the biggest insight for you? But here's the key. Don't just ask that and leave them hanging. Give them somewhere to go. So something like, if you want to dive deeper into specific topic, I've got a podcast episode that breaks down exactly how to specific outcome. You can listen to it here. Now, it doesn't have to be a podcast episode. It can be any kind of content that you have out there on the web that you can drive traffic to. But the thing here is you're teaching them to click. You're providing additional value, and you're starting to build a consumption habit. Every click is a micro commitment to your content. Now, by email 3, they've had your free content for a few days. And they're starting to see you as a helpful resource. This is where you introduce your low ticket offer, but not like most people. Instead of buy my course, try this instead. I've been getting questions about insert specific problem your offer solves. If you're dealing with this too, I've put together a simple workshop, mini course, toolkit, whatever it is you're offering, that walks you through exactly how to insert outcome. It's only insert price because I want to make it accessible to anyone serious about insert desired outcome. Now notice the language here. If you're dealing with this too, not you should buy this or buy this to insert outcome. We're making it their choice, their decision. We're also using only in front of the price with a reason as to why it's priced low. This helps to remove the objection and to make it a little more desirable. Now, email number 4. This is where the psychology gets interesting. You're going to address what I call the gap between knowing and doing. So it's going to go something like this. You might be thinking, I've got the guide, I understand what to do, so why am I still stuck on insert specific issue? Here's what I've learned after helping insert number of ideal clients. Knowing what to do and having a step-by-step system to do it are completely different things. Then what you want to do is connect this back to your offer. So something like, that's exactly why I created insert your product name, because the difference between knowing and succeeding is having the right system. And the right system is always simpler than you think. Then finally, email 5, the urgency that isn't really urgency. So your final email isn't about creating false scarcity. It's about creating clarity around consequence and opportunity. So something like, tomorrow you'll start getting my regular emails, stories, insights, and strategies I share with my community. But before that happens, I want to make sure you didn't miss the chance to grab insert your offer while it's still insert price or available, bonuses included. Not because there's a countdown timer, but because I know how this works. You'll tell yourself you'll come back to it later. Life will get busy, and 6 months from now, you're still going to be dealing with insert that same problem. The people who take action today are the ones who see results tomorrow. So those are your 5 emails. But let's talk about a technical setup that's actually going to work. And here's, the beautiful thing about automated email sequences. Once you do set this up, it runs forever. So every new subscriber gets this 5 email journey over a week or more. You create it once and it just works indefinitely. But here's the part most people miss. After email 5, they should go into some kind of regular email routine. So whether that's a weekly newsletter, a tip series, or regular value-driven emails, the sequence isn't the end of the relationship, it is the beginning. So throughout this sequence, you're training your subscribers to engage. Every email should have at least one reason to click, whether it's to access a bonus resource, listen to a podcast, read a blog post, or check out your offer. Why do this? Because engagement signals to email providers that your emails are wanted. High engagement means better deliverability. Better deliverability means more of your emails actually get seen. It's like building momentum in your audience engaging with you that starts with training people to click. This automated sequence isn't just about making some quick sales, though it will help you do that. It's about creating a system that positions you as an expert, builds trust, and makes your sales process feel more natural instead of pushy. When someone goes through this sequence and doesn't buy your low ticket offer, they're still more likely to buy something bigger later because you've established your credibility, provided value, and getting them to click on your content will help them click later on. So here's what I want you to do today. Stop waiting for the perfect system and start with this simple sequence. Pick your freebie, a guide, a cheat sheet, a quiz that solves one specific problem for your ideal client. Maybe you already have that set up, or maybe you already have your freebie and you just need to refine that email sequence using what I've taught you about today. But if you're setting up your first ever email list, I recommend starting with MailerLite. They give you 1,000 subscribers completely free, forever. Not a trial, just genuinely free to get you started. While other platforms charge you from day one, this lets you focus on creating great content instead of worrying about monthly fees. And a bonus with this software, you can actually create landing pages for people to sign up for your freebie that directly links into the email sequence. So there's a link to MailerLite in the description. Set up your account, create these 5 emails, and launch it. Your future self is going to thank you when you wake up to notifications that someone new joined your list overnight or bought your offer while you were sleeping. Now, if you have questions about setting this up or want to share what freebie you're creating, drop them in the comments. I read every single one and often turn your questions into future episodes. So thank you so much for listening. And remember, keep creating that impact with ease.